How do I take a needle and a thread to heaven? Do you know?
Not possible.
There's actually a funny joke, okay? One man, he believed in God and heaven. So before he died, he had 3 close friends: a lawyer, a rabbi, and a priest. And so he told them, when I die and you put me in the coffin, I'm giving you each $10,000. And I want you to put it in the coffin with me so I can use it in the afterlife. He was like Egyptian people. They believe that you can take something with you. All right? So when he died, the friends met together after like a year. And they called each other, I want to meet, And the rabbi and the priest said, I had a bit of a guilty conscience. I was thinking that, this man, we were his close friends and he made us promise to give the money in his coffin. But we know you can't take anything with you after you die. What can you take with you after you die? So I only gave, one said I gave $5,000 in the coffin. I kept $5,000. I gave it to the poor. I gave some charity. Then the rabbi was like, yeah, I have to confess, I also gave a few thousand in the coffin and kept most with me, and I gave it to a synagogue, And then the lawyer was like, oh, you guys, you promised him again and again. You call yourself his friends. It doesn't matter what you think. You've made your word. And they said, the lawyer, you're telling me as a lawyer, you put it all there. You serious? He said, yeah, I wrote a check for the whole amount. I wrote a check for $10,000, put it in the coffin. He can cash the check if he wants to. That's up to him. If he wants, he can go to the bank and cash the check. I kept the $10,000, I gave him a check. Okay, anyway, the point is that how can you take anything with you after you die? So all these things the sadhu then told the king, look, all these activities you're doing, you're acquiring so much wealth, you're fighting and taking over other kingdoms, you're expanding your territory, you're working so hard day and night. But for what? Martyanam kimutasisa, you're going to die. And everything you collect in this world you cannot take even a needle and a thread with you to your next life. You cannot even take a needle and a thread. So why should you work so hard for this? Instead of taking a needle and a thread, you're only taking pap and punya, which makes you continue in the cycle of birth and death in material existence, where you are suffering. Samsara dhavana lalita loka, in the forest fire of material existence. Whether you go up or down, this is like a Ferris wheel, where you go up, and then you come down, and then you go up, and you come down. But everyone is suffering to some extent. So you cannot enjoy by that. So all these material benedictions are only for those who are meant for death. Therefore, what did he do? He told him, follow Bhagavad Bhakti. Because only Bhagavad Bhakti can give you transcendental life. And Amrita, transcendental nectar. Amrita means a nectar, but what grants immortality. Therefore, in the Bhagavad Gita, we learned a verse. Remember the verse? Neha bikramo nasusti pradyavayo navidite svalpam apyasya dharmasya trayate mahatobayat. Even a little bit of the performance of Bhakti Yoga gives you an imperishable result. Akshaya. It's imperishable, it's transcendental. And it frees you from all fear. Therefore, you should follow Bhakti Yoga.